Today will be a four-way free-for-all featuring high-flying kicks, radical stunts, and tons of henchmen passing away from broken arms. It's a martial arts feast for the ages that pits masters of their domain against one another for ultimate black belt supremacy. Your contestants are Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, Jet Li, and Donnie Yen. The mythological Bruce, the legendary Jackie, the stone-cold Jet, and force-sensitive Donnie. Since all of these fellas are international superstars, we're relying on the worldwide box office to help us settle this score. The icon Bruce Lee might be fighting with one hand behind his back here, as he only had 6 films to cement his legacy, and of those, only Enter the Dragon has reliable box office data. Blink and you might miss a young stuntman in that flick named Jackie Chan.
I love his voice.
Jackie Chan wins the round and is off to a 1-0 lead.
That's right. I'm the master.
Jackie Chan has been incredible in each and every one of his 54 movies which grace the tomato patch, but he's also the only actor here who has a rotten average, clocking in at a very respectable 54% with critics and 57% for his audience score. Bruce Lee's 6 films get him the highest overall average at 77% on the tomato meter and 75% for the audience score. Both measurements agree that Enter the Dragon is his best work, as it's at 92% and 90% respectively. In fact, his only rotten outing on the tomato meter is his last work, Game of Death, which feels a tad unfair. He passed away during production, and stand-ins were used to complete the movie. Fist of Legend is his crown jewel on the tomato meter, garnering a perfect 100% and helping his overall average to a fresh 60% over 30 films. Crowds love him even more, as his audience score is at 66%. Even lower-rated flicks like Cradle to the Grave, The One, or White Snake feature so much Lee badassery they're hard to resist. But I can confidently recommend Hero, which is tied atop his tomato meter at 95%, as Ip Man 2 leads the way at 96% atop the tomato meter. Other top 5s in Yen's library include Once Upon a Time in China 2 at 92% and Ip Man 4 at 87%. Donnie has 26 films total here, and he boasts the same 65% fresh average on both critical and audience scales. And although he does go all the way down to 11% rotten for Highlander Endgame, Donnie's got the higher average. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Yen wins the round and is on the board. So we have 4 of the baddest men to ever walk, run, or jump kick on planet Earth, or a very different spin on tic-tac-toe in drunken Tai Chi. Donnie Yen continually proves he's not just a star, he's the embodiment of martial arts philosophy. I love the big boss fights because they teach us that sometimes you need a good defense before you can go on the attack. The disarming knife fight is so well done, as is the final battle, and years before a new generation, Lee took us all to school in his last film, Game of Death. While we're on the topic of school, I don't think I'd pick too many fights at karate class. I'd rather just watch Fist of Fury again. Enter the Dragon might be the gem for Bruce Lee battles. The basement fight and Lee quickly dispensing of O'Hara still hold up to this day. But there's no way I can leave this round. But Bruce Lee barely broke a sweat against, yep, you guessed it, Chuck freaking Norris. The toughest man on Earth or Mars, whose chin alone has sent 38,000 people to the ER, Walker, Texas Ranger. Oh, and while you're recovering from that, Lee also defeated the NBA's all-time leading scorer, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Learn your basketball history, kids, or go watch Airplane.
I'm the co-pilot.
Cha-Cha Dance-Off. Surprising scenes of pure martial artistry. Round 3 goes to him, and now it's time for the wild card round. Show what Chan is all about. Bruce Lee embodied not just what it means to be an action movie star, he cultivated an aura around him that was part badass, part gentle soul, all real. Lee's parents got him off that's certainly fair, but let's not lose sight of what he gave us all before his passing. A new way to look at movies, sure, but also a fresh approach to life. All any of the shine from Bruce Lee's legacy. He wins the round emphatically. I mean, again, he did beat up Chuck Norris. Is Bruce Lee's gigantic shadow big enough to conquer all foes? Or perhaps it's Jet Li's skill or Donnie Yen's philosophy that could put them over the top? Get out!